there.
Yeah, no worries. Alright, the time is September 29th. It's 3:21 p.m. and we're meeting with myself, Sergeant Green, and Detective Hans are meeting with his house regarding SSD case number 14-79335.
So you guys really living up there or no?
The kids are going to school up there. We're
Okay. Not quite.
not.
Oh, you don't need to move
Yeah, you
on.
don't need to
We're
move on.
fine. Don't feel bad. This was on April 13th of last year. I know we talked about it a little bit, but can you tell me, kind of from the beginning again, what happened, and just kind of tell me about your interactions with the loss prevention guys, and then we'll probably have some questions for you as you go.
Okay. I had just gotten a bike, motorcycle. I went down to get some bolts. I needed some chrome bolts and some miscellaneous bolts. I'd been there for probably about a good 35-40 minutes easy, because I was just shopping. I had so many different things to get for my buddy and me, and also that I had found a set of bolts that I could use, but it wasn't the ones I wanted. There were a set of chrome bolts, but they were a hex head. I wanted these pan head ones. Well, in my search, I finally found them. Same size, thick chrome, everything. I just didn't think nothing of it. I dumped out the hex head. I grabbed the pan head, put them in the bag. Just didn't even go in my mind that they were going to be a different price. Paid with my credit card. I think the total was like $38 or something. Paid with my credit card, walked out, and then in the parking lot I was approached by the two, a woman and the gentleman.
Can you describe them for me, just to the best of your memory?
She was black hair, pretty decent looking woman, bigger, maybe 5'10", about 140 pounds maybe. He was a little on the smaller side. He was maybe 5'10", 5'11", but maybe 135 pounds,
yeah.
140 pounds.
About how old?
I'd say maybe mid-40s, possibly.
Do you remember what his hair looked like or anything?
I want to say he was balding, but he had a cap on.
Okay.
It was definitely shorter hair. She had kind of approached me, and at first she was on the side, and she's the one that actually made contact. Hello, how you doing? I was just like, well, how you doing? And by that time I felt him kind of grabbing my bag.
Oh, your bag with the Amy bag?
With the bolts and stuff. And so I turned around and I almost, just jerked it from him, but I realized by then he had his badge in my face.
With a badge?
His stored loss prevention badge or whatever it was.
Do you remember seeing that on it, or do you just remember him having
Not
a badge?
necessarily. He did flash it a few times, but I almost want to say it was a SAC PD badge also, but don't hold me to that.
Why would you say that?
Well, when I talked to the owner, I ended up talking to him or the CEO or whoever he was. He said that he was just a retired cop or something like that,
okay.
To that effect, that he was a retired cop and he just had that bad complex or something, bad attitude.
Okay.
But that was as far as we went with him. He wouldn't really relieve any other information. And his name was Keith.
This is the guy who contacted you in the parking lot?
Correct.
Where do you get that name from?
That's the one that she gave me. And her name was...
Okay.
And this is her writing. I mean, she wrote the
What
name.
is this right? What is all that right there? I gotta get my glasses on, Buzz.
This is
that a
basically...
picture of?
It's a picture of the envelope that I recently just lost again, the one he was looking for.
You lost it? The one you called yesterday had?
Yeah, but I took a picture of it.
Let's start.
So it's somewhere in a folder. She moved it because it was an important folder.
Okay, can you send this to me right now if I give you my number?
Sure.
Okay. 916?
So Keith, he was
That was the guy who grabbed the bag?
supposedly that was his name, but that was
That's what the lady told you?
Right.
Okay. Keith?
Correct.
Okay.
I believe that's what it is.
Okay.
And then, so let's go back to, sorry, kind of took you off track. Let's get back to the parking lot.
Okay, well.
So he grabbed you, and you kind of jerked back, and then you realized he splashed some type of a badge.
Correct. And then about that point, he had actually grabbed my wrist and said, "We're going back inside." And by that point, I'd pulled away from him. So, "What the hell are you talking about?" And he was like, "You know what this is about." And she's saying the same thing. "You know what this is about." And I'm completely lost. I mean, I believe there was like a difference of $12 or $14 or something that
For the bolts?
for the difference in bolts, what I paid for and what I obviously the price difference.
Yeah.
And I even offered right there. I was like, "You know, it's a mistake. I'm sorry. Whatever it takes. I mean,
Yeah.
I'll pay the difference right now." And, well, no, that's not what it's about. You know what it's about. Basically, they kept saying that, and I guess they've been having issues with somebody doing that before, or previously, or whatever. That's why they said they were watching the whole area. At that point, they took me into the back, like toward the warehouse in their office.
They handcuffed you outside?
He did not. Well, I wouldn't let him. He tried. At that point,
Tried to handcuff you?
Yeah.
Like, did he pull out handcuffs?
No, he was just telling me to put my hands behind my back, and I was like, "Fuck you, I'll walk."
Yeah.
We ended up going back in the back. They're doing their whole spiel about, "You stole from us, you did." I'm like, "No, it was a mistake. I apologize, I'll make up the difference. I don't know why you gotta make a big deal of this." About that time, he wanted to take a picture of me for their wall of shame or whatever, and I pretty much just blocked the view, turned away, and about that point, she had walked out to talk to somebody else, and about that point, he literally started screaming, "Somebody call 911, he's getting aggressive," and I was sitting in a chair just kind of flipping him off, blocking my face, just wouldn't let him take a picture of me. And finally I was like, "Okay, you know what? Click. Now we're even. Go ahead."
What did he take a picture with? What did he use? A camera, a phone, a video recorder?
It was like a camera. Like,
Okay, not a telephone?
no, it
Like
was
just
I
a
believe it was
regular
a camera.
camera.
Like a
Did he say
regular
why they were doing it?
So basically, it was for his wall of the people that weren't allowed back in the store,
Okay.
shoplifters.
So like a record of like, hey, don't let this guy in here.
Like I said, a wall of shame is what I would call
Yeah.
it. But
So does he call 911 or he just yells that out?
I'm not sure who called, because at that point some other people came in, some other store employees came in, and then he went walking out, and they stood by the door, and he was like, "Don't let him leave," and they stood by the door and blocked it. It wasn't going anywhere. I wasn't trying to leave. And about 10 minutes later, he and she walked back in, maybe 2 or 3 minutes later, but about 10 minutes later, sheriff, or I didn't want to say it was sheriff, they showed up. And they searched me, handcuffed me, because he said I was getting aggressive with him. And at that point, when they handcuffed me, they went out to talk to each other, and her, I think. And at that point, he walked over, grabbed my phone.
You're handcuffed now.
Oh yeah, I'm handcuffed. I stood up and blocked him. I mean, like, "You ain't leaving this room with my phone, homie." And at that point, he pushed me to the side and then pushed the door open. I stepped in front of him again. At that point, the 2 deputies were there. They pushed me back, and he walked out. I said, "He's got my goddamn phone." So? And they let him leave with my phone. And then before I got released, that's when the phone came back. And this is a brand new phone, because I got in a motorcycle accident February 20th. This is a brand new phone, and it came back just
Screw
like that. I mean, bent.
Didn't fire up after that?
No, because he stuck something inside here and jammed that up too.
Oh, the charging port?
And it's the exact same phone, so it was in this case and everything. It came back 3 pieces. This is how I got it back, just like that.
Who brought it back?
He did.
He did, or the?
Or no, I apologize. One of the deputies brought it back. I never seen him again after that.
So he walked out with the phone,
And then I never seen him again.
and then the deputies bring the phone
brought
back,
it
broke
or
it.
maybe she did. Somebody, they weren't in the room when they brought it back, but I believe the deputies handed it back to me.
Did you ask the deputies or anything?
Oh yeah, I was like, "What the fuck's wrong with my phone?" I said, he fucking damaged my phone. What are you guys gonna do? And he's like, "We'll just make a report," or whatever they said.
Yeah,
Just,
okay.
They were totally on their side, which they called them whatever. They issued me a trespassing citation. And
Citation or like a notice or what? I mean,
it was just a yellow piece. That I could not find.
Yeah.
I just found that little envelope I showed you a picture of. But that was it.
Did they ask you about making it like some restitution?
A $300 restitution. That was part of their paperwork before the cops got there that I was
Did you sign
telling.
that?
They wouldn't let me leave. The deputies wouldn't let me leave until I did.
Okay. So you signed it?
I did, but when
You
I
have a
talked,
copy of it?
again, I
With
couldn't
that
find. Yeah, the only thing I found was that piece of paper. But when I talked to the other guy, was his name.
Okay, well, let's finish up that day. So you're in there, they take your phone, they got a couple employees blocking the door, and then at some point a deputy, you think, or the lady comes back to your phone, and you say it's broken, what the hell, basically, and they're like, hey, you make a report, whatever.
That's when she gave me this piece of paper right here with her name.
She gave you, so you asked her for it?
Oh, I did. I wasn't leaving until...
What did you say? What was your conversation?
Well, I told her at that point, I said, I'm not leaving until I get some answers or something about my phone. And then the deputy actually said, well, get him a number.
Okay.
And this is what she gave me.
So they gave you that piece of paper right there that you have on your phone, that picture. You have that paper still?
Like I said, I'd have to ask my wife. Is she
around? Can you find it? Find her?
It's literally in a freaking...
Envelope?
Notepad book.
Oh.
Hey, Beth? Where's that notepad book I told you I needed to save? It was on the desk outside.
Oh, I need to ask him if it was, I assume it was probably locked with a password. Yeah. And when they took this, was it locked with a password so like he couldn't access it?
Yes.
Okay.
You know what your password is in case we need to try to pull that picture up for you to fire up? We may take that to Apple and see if they can't get it, you know.
You know, I don't remember what this one was because I had the face recognition on it too. So there's probably actually a picture of his face trying to get into my phone.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably another picture that's on there.
But you don't remember what the password is? Is it like something like?
No, I changed them because kids always sit behind me and shit. They're always different.
Yeah.
Okay.
So on that, okay, so she gives you this piece of paper and writes down a couple names and what else? What else does she put on there?
That was it. I actually wrote down the rest. She put down this
What did she write down and what did you write down that's on there?
She wrote down what's in blue, the phone numbers.
What's that? What is that? Like, what does it say on there?
It says there's a cell phone and then there's another landline. And that was, I guess, his work phone.
Okay, that's for.
He was their boss. I don't know if he was the owner. He was out of state too.
Out of state. Okay. All right.
Area code.
Okay.
And then she wrote down her name and his name.
The other guy who's there, the other loss prevention guy.
Yeah, her name was. And she wrote his name as Keith.
Okay, alright.
And then the other stuff on the paper I wrote just to have...
Some notes? Like
it says Ace Hamey Hardware, El Camino Avenue, Trespass 413, 1:30 p.m.
Okay, alright.
So that's what I wrote just as a reminder to referring to what this was.
So that $300 on that paperwork that they said you were going to have to pay, you haven't made any payments towards that?
I did not because when I told him about my phone. He says, well, what, you got a $100 deductible on your insurance? I was like, well, yeah. He goes, well, I'll tell you what, we'll squash that if you don't, pursue anything else. We just drop it as it is right here. You can go back to the store or whatever.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be dropped.
Okay.
And at that point, I was like, you know what, I just got in an accident. I was already just screwed up. My shoulder was screwed up. My leg was screwed up. And that was the other thing. They kept me handcuffed for like 30 minutes. And I told them I had a torn rotator, and they just didn't. I don't care. You look fine to me.
Yeah. Who kept you handcuffed? Was that the sheriff?
Deputies.
Okay, the deputies. These two loss prevention.
He never
actually.
He just grabbed my hand at one point and tried pulling me back.
Pulling you back in. Yeah. Did he say he was loss prevention when they were in the parking lot? Did they identify themselves, or he just showed you a badge that?
I want to say she did.
Okay.
I don't think he ever really did. He did have a badge on his hip, and he had it in my face when he first grabbed the bag in the parking lot.
How about a gun or mace, pepper spray, anything like that? You didn't see anything?
He never pulled it on me, no.
Okay, but didn't see it like
didn't
pull his shirt up or
physically
anything? No. Okay. Did he say anything that he was law enforcement or former law enforcement?
I said he never did. The only reason I even knew, or presumably knew that he was, is because his boss. Okay, when did you talk to that guy? The same day? Later that day, or again the next day too. I talked to him twice in a row. Okay, so what was the first conversation with this guy? Basically that what had happened and that this guy had damaged my property and that I wanted it fixed. And he basically wanted to go back and research what had happened, talk to everybody, and then
Get back to
He
you.
got back to me the next day with, well, you got a deductible on your phone, you know, we just, instead of paying that, and you pay the $300.
Found it?
It was in your
Awesome.
truck.
Ah, look at that.
When you started your
She's
truck.
organized.
That was my fault.
That's all right.
You can have
I'm not
that.
organized. You see my...
Well, you're moving, so.
You can have that, I got a picture of it.
Okay.
Okay, cool, thank you.
Okay, and then the next day, so he basically says, hey, if you don't pursue this, we won't.
Well, he's like, yeah, you know, you got a $300 restitution, he says, you know, and you got to pay $300, you know, and
To
then,
who? Who do you gotta pay it to?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I don't remember who it was.
You don't have a copy of any of that
No,
paperwork?
it was them. Their loss prevention is what it was.
Okay.
It was their restitution. It wasn't. He said it wasn't formal or anything. It was just something that they do
Okay.
to make up for the, I don't know, whatever. Their.
Did they tell you the day that they brought you back there before the sheriff got out there, like, hey, we're gonna cite you or anything like that, or call the sheriff to arrest you or anything?
No, they did kept saying they were going to call the law and have me prosecuted,
Okay.
but that was.
Okay.
I think that was her. Or, honestly, I can't remember.
What did you
Because
say
she
to
was,
that? Do you remember what you said when they
Well, that's
told
what I
you
kept telling him. I was like, you know, well, why can't I just pick up the difference? You know, it's not like
Yeah.
if I was stealing, I might have paid cash, or I wouldn't have paid for anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it just didn't make sense
Yeah.
that I would pay for anything, especially with my credit card, and try to steal something. That
Yeah. It doesn't make any sense.
So, the whole time I was pretty much pleading, you know, just let me fucking pay for this shit and get out of
Yeah.
here. Let me just, you know, make it right. It was an honest mistake. Let's make it right
Yep.
and get on with our day. And he wasn't having it for one. She was like, just kept being the little sweet talker. Well, you know, this wasn't right. You know what you did, and I don't know what the hell you're talking
Yeah.
about. So.
You said at one point you talked to the store manager. Do you by any chance remember who it was you talked to?
And was it a guy or a girl?
It was an older gentleman.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember who it was though.
White guy, black guy, Hispanic guy? Do you
An
remember?
older white gentleman. That's
And what was that conversation about? The phone being broken?
about the whole situation. I called up trying to get his name and stuff, and they wouldn't release anything.
Okay.
That's pretty.
You didn't talk to him that day that you got
No,
stopped?
I believe it was the next day.
Okay. What does he tell you about the guy working for his company, this loss prevention guy? What is he, like, his background? You said something about...
That's what he's the one that told me that he was a retired PD or something, retired law enforcement of some sort, or and that's the only way I know about that, because when I was talking to him, I was asking him about, like, why is the guy such a prick? You know, why has he got a chip on his shoulder? Or is he a freaking rental cop that just never made it big, or what? And so actually he's retired and blah blah blah.
Okay. All right. You think you can recognize these people? I know it's been over a year. You saw a picture?
I guarantee I could. Yeah, if him and I said her, I could probably tell you what she looked like too. If you had a picture. But he's definitely.
Does that person look familiar at all?
That could be her.
Okay.
Hair's a little different. Her hair was down, like just really like in her face. I would have said she was more like Italian or something. But that's her.
So that's the lady you dealt with in the parking lot and in the room?
I'd say about 80% positive.
Okay.
All right.
I said she was a decent looking woman, real sweetheart, never really
Never
raised
mean or
her
anything.
voice, never,
Never was yelling or anything?
no. But he was just like the mighty cop. Oh yeah, that's him for sure.
Ever seen that guy?
Nope.
No.
So one and two, but not three?
Yeah, I never seen this gentleman.
Never seen this guy?
Okay.
Okay.
He looked like he's put on a little weight, the second guy.
This guy?
Yeah,
Looks like he's put on a little weight.
little
The
bit,
picture?
yeah,
You mean?
yeah.
Okay, then from when you had contact with him. Okay. Alright. So you don't have any of that paper. You got this right here. This is her handwriting. Everything in blue.
And the blue is hers, the black
Just
is
like
mine.
you don't have anything in here that you need to keep, do you? No.
Double check.
That's an envelope they gave you, or?
I believe this is what she gave me. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And if I'm not mistaken, this is where the restitution paper was. So.
Did you have that last week or over
No,
the
I never
weekend or
did find that.
No, you never did
Okay.
find the paperwork.
No.
You found the envelope.
I found that, and whoa! Well, I've always had the phone because, you know, if anything, I've shattered phone screens. I was going to just replace
swap
the
out the
screen.
screen.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
But that's the only reason I saved that.
Okay.
And of course, I haven't broken a phone since, so. I've lost one, but I haven't broke one.
No, exactly. Yeah. You been back to Amy since then?
I have, actually.
Okay.
I think I went back, probably about a month and a half, maybe 2 months ago.
Okay. You run into these people again? No?
No.
Okay. So never run into these people at any other stores?
No, that was the first time I've ever seen him. You know, actually, she did kind of look familiar, but I used to live in that area, so I mean, honestly, I don't know if I've ever seen her before,
Okay.
if she just has a familiar face, or...
Okay.
Now I'm gonna assume that wasn't your first time to Amy?
No, I've been
Probably
there
shop
many
there
times.
before then. Okay.
Many times. I got a motorcycle. I love that place because it's so close. It's got all the bolts I need.
Yeah, all the little things.
bolts, and
Yeah.
They're expensive, but when you need, a couple, they're there.
Yeah. Any friends of yours, you were by yourself, I'm assuming, that day?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you got any friends that have ever gone there, had any issues?
Not that I've ever had any issues, no.
Okay.
A lot of friends have made fun of me about it. Fuck you.
Yeah.
And just to be clear, you never got like a citation from the sheriff's department. What you got from them was just a don't come back type thing.
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Because he said it's nothing that's, you're not going to
You're
go
not
to jail
court
or
or
not
anything
go to
like that,
court.
or
Yeah.
nothing. It's just
Okay.
don't come back,
Pretty much,
otherwise you
yeah.
could get arrested for
Correct.
trespassing, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No, hey, we appreciate you moving.
Yeah.
I mean,
How
number one,
much?
getting back to us. A lot, people are upset and they don't want to talk, and obviously we're working on something, but to find that stuff in the middle of your moving is difficult. I mean,
it was a miracle in itself. It wasn't difficult.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
Al, thank you very much.
Thank you.